Hello everybody and welcome back to 539. So today we're going to be checking out a very secluded location. It's known as Sharp Cemetery. It's an 1800s cemetery way back in the woods up ahead here. We probably will have to walk. It looks like it originally had a road going back to it, but I think the road's pretty bad, so we're probably not going to be able to use it. But I passed by this not too long ago and really wanted to come back and film it. I haven't had a chance to make it back here until now, so I didn't want to lose the opportunity. See that the locals here are not very big fans of people visiting at night. They've actually taken the time to put their own sign up. So you can see the signage here. You can tell that it is now no longer in use. This reminds me, I can't remember the name of the cemetery I was at, but it had a very similar lane like this going down through the woods, and it used to be a road. And there was actually a bridge. It looks almost exactly like that place. I wish I could remember the name now. But you can see we're getting fairly deep. It's not too far back. It's maybe about a quarter of a mile. Probably not quite that far, more probably like an eighth. But it's one of those places that really almost no one really knows about. And unfortunately, there's also a lot of damage here. It is not in very good condition and in desperate need of a restoration. Alright, let's venture forward here and see that the very first marker is kind of buried and you can't tell anything about it. And same goes here. That's just a base stone. Something probably has fallen backwards. The weird thing is it almost kind of appears like there's a shape of something. I can't actually prove that, but here some heavy damage. I'm not really sure what this piece is here, but you can tell that it's been completely destroyed. But unfortunately, it looks like the rest of the place is a lot like that. And it's kind of hard in certain areas to even get an understanding of where the rows would have even been. And there is a small, what used to be a family section up here. Wow. It actually looks like at one point someone came in and put red paint on it to make it look creepy or something like that. There's the original fence post there. You can see that a lot of it has been ripped apart over the years. I don't know exactly how that was done or if it was done by people, but it kind of, I don't know, based on this I can kind of assume that it would be. You can see more red paint here, and if you look, this is actually a piece from this main structure here and would have been on top here. And so I would say almost definitely that being as heavy as it is must have been moved by people, especially seeing the paint on it. And I can get a few dates. You can see a date of 1875 there. So it is a very historic place. And more paint on this one too. Lots and lots of red paint. And it just looks like red latex bucket paint. Which again is what makes me think that somebody probably thought it would be a good idea to come back here at like Halloween season and paint things to look creepy and like there had been blood on them or something like that. Or maybe to give the appearance of the place being like haunted possibly. Which, yeah, it's unfortunate that anybody would do that. But it looks like there's no other explanation. This actually looks as if it might have fallen over naturally. Possibly. I don't know. It could have also been pushed. But it would be very, very heavy. And there is, wow, there's a baby doll in a little baby carriage up here. Wow, there's even, okay, so you can see here the top of this one is missing, but it's directly behind. And it's tumbled down into the woods. Just an amazing amount of damage. Can still get some dates. There, 1856, 1872. And see Samuel and Nancy, the daughter of Samuel and Nancy Youst. And you can see that there are people still making it back here, at the very least to leave some flags alongside the memorials. And I guess I did inadvertently guess what that sign meant by use. There is a newer grave here from the 90s, and so the county must allow some people to still perform burials out here. There might be someone coming back here. I can't tell. It sounds like there's noises getting louder and louder, but no one's driving down the path. Okay, let's keep going. I want to check out this section up here with the doll in it. And you can see that the row extends all the way back, and pretty much everything is fallen, is breaking into pieces. It's very unfortunate. This looks like a section marker here that has been placed directly on top of someone's headstone. So, lots of unfortunate things here. But, like I usually say, with the engraving still on a lot of them in such great condition, they pretty easily could be saved. Oh, I see who it is. There's a guy. Oh, I think he may actually be coming down here. Yeah, it looks like he's coming down the path to check me out in his lawnmower. That's fine, not a big deal. Wow. And again, you can see the significant amount of damage done to this nickel stone. Yeah, he's definitely coming back, it looks like, to check me out. Either that or he's coming back to do mowing, but it doesn't appear that way. But we'll see here. And yeah, you can see this almost Victorian looking doll here. It's kind of eerie. Oh, no, maybe he is just mowing. He's kind of ignoring me. So that's fine. Apologize. For some reason my hands are really shaky today. I'm not doing too great of work. Oh no, he just saw that I was only taking pictures, and he I don't know why people don't just say hi sometimes. That's absolutely fine for him to have done that, but he just pretended to mow for a second, and now he's leaving. He can... I don't want to... Obviously, I'm not going to disrespect his privacy, but that's funny. Yeah, he came back all the way back, and he acted like he was mowing this area, but then when he went back, I could hear him kick on the blades. So he wasn't running the blades, he was just literally pretending to mow for a second to make sure I wasn't like vandalizing the place. And again, nothing really wrong with it, it's just, I always wonder why people don't just stop and say hi. It's very odd. And again, one that's just in amazing condition that looks, it appears that it's never had any fissures or cracks or anything in it, but you can tell there used to be something here, probably a photo that, yeah, of course, decayed over time. It looks like it might have been a metal piece too. There it is, some look of copper there, if you can tell the faint green color. And I'm actually somewhat surprised. This place has a lot more back here than what I was anticipating. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice this. There's literally one buried right here and extends into the row. So that's not one there. I thought it was for a second. You can see two more here that have been buried, but again, the engraving is pretty good. And oddly, the back two rows, if you can see all the way down, let me zoom in and we take it here, the back two rows are in pretty good condition compared to the rest of this place. Directly behind, before we get into those rows and a few other areas, there's obviously some around the trees here, and it makes me wonder, being so close to the tree, if maybe this one was taken out from a falling branch. And I'm a little nervous in this place too, because we have, again, tons and tons of falling fruit from the trees that sounds like it's hitting the ground pretty hard. And it's like so easy to miss things. There's just memorials and headstones like scattered about everywhere. The condition of this place is just dismal for the most part. Like, it's really sad. Wow, there's a massive chunk. I don't know. And then of course the top is laying down here. But that might have been attached afterward, been a separate piece, but you can see at the top there the point at which it attached. And that's not where it fell off. And then that huge chunk below makes me think baseball bat. That would be my prediction if I had to guess. And I'm not sure where the edge of the cemetery actually is. Oh, well. I didn't even notice when that guy was coming through filming and I was in this row photographing the doll here. I missed the fact that this was back here. There's several different pieces back here. That's insane. And there's trails going off into the woods. Oh, there is more though. This is not the actual edge. The row extends. This is gonna be maybe different. No, I think we can make it. Okay. I think this might be the end here, but you can see that final little stone there. And yeah, I don't see any others. I'd say we're at the edge. But even on this large one, there's one hiding right back here. And since it does go, I would assume that that probably was somewhere in this area originally, based on how this row extends. So, yeah. And skipping over past these few rows again, I kind of want to look a little closer to see if anything's hidden, based on the fact that I just found those two. But I'm not spotting anything. It looks like either this is the legit end of the row at this part, or everything's been lost or moved, unfortunately. And this is definitely a veteran marker here. I would assume a veteran of the Civil War. It could have been other wars. Obviously, there were quite a few different wars that went on in the 1800s. You know, whether it's the Civil War, the Mexican-American War, you know, the various battles and wars we had with Native American tribes and things like that. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to, but typically I find that it's Civil War. And every once in a while, we'll run into the Revolutionary War or War of 1812 veterans. And there was some inscription on the bottom here, but yeah, it's impossible to read now. Yeah, and I guess those weren't really the last two rows. Well, I guess they are technically. It's kind of difficult to tell if, I don't know. This place is just in dire need of help. But if anybody out there wants some more detailed information on it so that they can help out and donate some time and labor to come and restore this place, hit me up in my email and I'll see what I can do to get you in touch with the right people. And clearly some stuff has been lost. I don't know what that, oh yeah, that is a piece that's been broken in several different times. And there's the other one here. But I am getting the feeling that this is the last row. It's not, there isn't one beyond it. I don't know. Oh, that's just like a rock. I wonder if that's something, if you notice, underneath of that rock is like a little nut that's cracked. I wonder if maybe like a raccoon used it to bash open the nut to get inside. Alright, so this is our tree in question here. And honestly, I really do think for my own safety I should probably steer clear. You can see how many of these are falling, and they are pretty solid. I mean, it's not super solid. It wouldn't break a bone or anything, but it's gonna hurt. Thing is I really don't want to miss anything and not film it, especially when it's possible. It's just somewhat dangerous. But I think I'm just going to keep walking quickly here. So if you want to see something specific, make sure to pause. See, there are a few memorials that have been placed here. I thought it was newer, but it actually says 1903. I thought that was an 8 at first. And then kind of an indecipherable one there. You know, this here has no date whatsoever. And then there is a trail going off into the woods, but I can see now where the original fence line would be, so that is outside the boundary there. So no need to check that out. There won't be anything. And here's our last one here. I'm gonna be really quick. So again, pause it if you're wanting to get a better look. As you can see, there's literally thousands of these things falling from the trees. And again, although I'm not fearful for my life, I don't want to get hit with one. I would guess at the very least it would leave a bruise. But I think that we have pretty much documented everything here. I might try and return to this place a few times though, and again, if possible, I'd like to see that it had some restoration work done, or to even maybe help set something up, because this is sad that a place so historic is just in shambles. Like, this is, if not the worst, nearly the worst that I've been to ever. So, while it is interesting, especially during the Halloween season, to see stuff that is creepy like this and in the middle of the woods, it also deserves the chance to be restored and look like it used to. So, it's always sad to see. But like I said many times before, you know, I'm assuming that that guy that came to check on me and pretended to mow actually does mow this property. But, you know, he's probably not qualified, just like I'm not qualified to fix any of this stuff. So it literally takes people like you out there, some of you that I know and maybe some of you that I don't know, that, you know, can do these types of things. And, you know, you're the only ones that can bring change to places like this. And that comes with dollars and labor. So again, if you know or want to contact me, that would be great. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this episode on 539. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help out with the algorithm. Also, if you've never subscribed, we do this a lot, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to support the channel, you can become a member or visit my Patreon in the links below. I appreciate you all being here, and I'll see you guys in the next adventure.